Yo, what's good? What's good? The New York Knicks are in the building. What's good? Jermaine Rosta. What's happening? Andy N. all the way from Poland, New Jersey. Ismail Rivas. What's good? So Andy N. I've never been to Poland, New Jersey. Is that a beautiful city? Is that a beautiful city, Black Andy? Poland, New Jersey. I'm sure the tourism there is excellent. Delano Steele is in the building. It was good. Salute, everybody. So I found out last month that my dog has a crush on a neighbor's dog. Right? And it's cute, man. It's cute. It is man cute. M.I.G. Mig is in the building. It was good. Yo, Delano Steele, the man of steel, says, when did Sacramento start to play clamp down defense? Oh boy. Here we come. Here we go. So let me finish my doggy stories real quick. I'm gonna start my doggy story real quick. So my dog, I got him as a stray. So I don't really know how old he is. So we're guessing how old he is. Right? He was an abused dog, and you know what I'm saying, when it comes to like animals and pets and stuff. Me and Miss Mocha will fight y'all over, animals. Don't you abuse no animals. You know what I'm saying? You don't abuse animals, man. You know what I'm saying? Like we legit will fight y'all over animals, right? Because some animals be in a situation where they can't help their environment. You know what I mean? So anyway, I had a Yorkie Terrier named Maxie. He passed away from a heart condition, and I was so hurt at work, man. I just came on home because so a little backstory. So I'm diabetic, right? And I saw this story on TV where this kid said, he got a dog. He was like 10 years old. He got a dog to be his companion. So when his blood sugar drops real low or whatever, his dog will start barking and alerting somebody. And I thought it was a nice story. So I was like, man, maybe I should get me a dog, man, in case something happens to Uncle Freezy, my dog will start barking. You know what I'm saying? So we look and shop, look, look. And we come across this Yorkie Terrier, and it's expensive, right? I don't spend money on expensive breed dogs. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't feel like I don't get into breeds and races of dogs or whatever like that. If I like the dog, I like them. I don't care if it's a mutt or not. If I like them, I like them. Right? Hey, salute Philip Jones. Hey, Guzman, what's good? So anyway, we come across this Yorkie Terrier, and it's like when Miss Mocha and I see him, it's like, oh my God, we gotta have him. You know what I'm saying? He was all shy. He was all in the little doggy thing and had his little bow tie on, and his hair was combed, and he was smelling like cotton candy and all kind of stuff. And we're like, oh my God. Wayne Peterson, what's good? What's good, Wayne Peterson? And so we get the dog, And man, listen, Maxie was my favorite dog, right? So we keep him for a while, and then he passes away, and I'm like, oh. And I'm like, Mocha, I don't want to go through this mess no more with no dogs, man. I don't. You know what I'm saying? I'm not ready to go through that with no dog. So, you know what I'm saying? Let's just chill out on that. And she's like, yeah, let's chill out on that or whatever. And so this dude comes to me. He was like, yo, Uncle Freezy, I know that this dog is being abused, man. This dog need a home, man, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, nah, man, Maxie just passed away, man. I ain't feeling that. And trust me, I'm going somewhere with this. So y'all just lost y'all pet Tuesday, man. God dog it, man. Hey, man, I'm sorry, man. Down no still, man. I'm sorry. I'm sorry about that. So I'm at work and the dude is like, yo, I just caught these dudes beating the dog. They leave him outside in the rain. The dog has been attacked by coyotes and an owl. Dog. I'm telling you, the owl, I'm talking, an owl. Think about what I'm telling you. An owl had dug his claws in and tried to fly away with the dog. Right? An owl tried to fly away with the dog. So I'm like, man, I got to talk to Mocha about this. He was like, nah, man, I got the dog out here in the car. He bleed, man. We washed him and we patched him up or whatever. And so I'm like, you got a dog in the back of your truck, man? He's like, yeah, I had to do something. So I go out there and Gaston is out there looking like a POW. Gaston is out there with doggy bandages. and I'm laughing, right? It's serious. It's serious, man. Listen, this is serious. This is serious business. Right. So this is serious business, right? But I look and Gaston is back there with doggy bandages on, shaking, like trembling. And I'm like, oh man. Hey, Rafael Cordero, what's good? Yo, it's been it's been Revis. I'm not lying. Listen, an owl. I'm telling you, an owl was trying to fly away with them, right? And so I was like, and when he told me, I was like, I don't believe that. Dude took a picture. And I had no idea owls had such a wingspan. Like their wings are so. But was good. Was good, dude. So anyway, so I see Gaston back there. And I'm like, yo, I got to do something with him. If not, I'm gonna just take him to the animal shelter. And I'm like, oh man, see, you put me on the spot. You put me on the spot now. You put me on the spot. And Wayne Peterson says, yeah, owls can be vicious. Yeah. And so I'm like, okay. So I take him home and I'm like, yo, I'm going to take him home for a week. And we're going to fix him up. We're going to feed him because his ribs was like crazy. You know how dogs are when dogs don't eat, you know how they are, man. When dogs don't eat, whatever. And so, we feed him, we fix him up. And I come home. And so I bring Gaston home. My wife was like, what is this? And I already know the dog is going to be expensive. You know what I'm saying? Hey, so Rafael Cordero said, yo, I've seen an owl snatch a cat. Yeah. Dog, I'm telling you. And so I already know the dog is going to be expensive because first of all, I got to take him to the vet. You know what I'm saying? I got to take him to the vet. Make sure all these things are in line. Y'all know how it is. You got to go do the physical. Got to see, got to see if that's somebody's dog or whatever they looking, whatever. Got to take all this medicine. Got to do all these things. And, at the vet, I already know it's going to be $700 at least. At least just to start. $700. And I know, listen, I know dude dropped $700 last night and didn't even miss it. I know he was like, oops, oh man, something tripped me up, and just kept on walking. That was $700 to do. You know what I'm saying? I know that, but I don't have it like that. Not for. I have to plan. How about that? For me to spend $700, I have to plan. I have to be like, yo, I'm gonna use this $700 on such and such, and then blah blah blah, put money back and such, right? So I already know $700 off the rip, and it's probably going to be about $1,700, $1,700 overall. Because now I gotta buy Miss Mocha something because I sprung something on her, and Jen and two people that get along as well as we do, we don't spring stuff on each other. Like this whole thing about being married, what I'm saying, all this stuff. You don't spring stuff on people. You know what I'm saying? You got to talk to them. So now I'm like, shit, I gotta. Coach Zach, what's good? So now I know I gotta buy her something, like something real, like some earrings and some Nike Air Trainers or something. Some of the pink ones, some of the custom ones. You gotta wait 3 weeks for them to come in the mail. I already know I gotta do this. So anyway, on the way home, I'm like, so Gaston comes home with us. He's outside. The kids are standing around. And my kids, around this time, my kids are old, like 19, 18, 17, all this stuff. Because this is like 5 or 6 years ago. All I'm standing around. And Gaston won't eat nor drink anything. And so we leave him in the middle of the living room floor. And just let them, sniff around and come to us. And so he crawls on Miss Mocha's lap on a chair and basically sobs himself to sleep. You know what I'm saying? You know that sob? You know the sob I'm talking. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Y'all seen kids cry before. Y'all know dogs. So he crawls on Miss Mocha's lap and cries himself to Florida sun, what's good? And basically cries himself to sleep. And he's been with us ever since. Right? So he's been with us ever since that moment right there. I mean, melted Miss Mocha. That was it. That was her boo thing. Right? Gaston sobbed himself to sleep on her lap. Right? Just sobbed himself to sleep. So right then, in that moment, I was like, yo, that's her dog. Dogs pick their owners and their favorites. So anyway, fast forward, and I go out. I take Gaston around the block. This is last month sometime. My neighbor's dog is out, and Gaston gets those. Y'all remember that cartoon Tom and Jerry? Y'all remember Tom and Jerry? You remember Tom and Jerry with the Tomcat see the girl cat from next door, and he starts singing that song, "Is you is or is you ain't my baby, is you is or is you ain't my baby." You know what I'm saying? Oh my goodness, Gaston! It's the first time we saw that, but so he's in love. So now every time she comes out, he has to come out. Every time, no matter what I'm doing, I could be legit talking about Bradley Beal. But if that dog come out next door, hey man, I got to put this thing on pause and go get Gaston and get Gaston so he can go court the dog next door. So anyway, I just want to share that with y'all to let y'all know that sometimes I pause this thing. I don't just disappear. It's not just technology backfiring. Sometimes Gaston has to go out and hang out with his girlfriend. Let's talk some Knicks.
I rank where the view is nothing less than phenomenal. For how I express and project from my abdominal. The only view better, both my daddy and my mama know. No living parents, my sons give me balance. My wife is my serenity, this mic is my identity. The world is foul enough, that's why I write without obscenities. Provoking danger with broken language and spoken anguish. Begging to get hurt, why would you ask to go through changes? Yes, Lord, life's a chessboard, master the angles. Control the tempo, be the one who holds the info. Acknowledge is just as deadly as machete swings. When spoken, the truth is as potent as that Medellin. While others swear the style is free, I just let it ring. Our time is undervalued, soldiers make us better kings. My fam's on my shoulder, reaching after better things. Today I take the shot, for them I'd rather set the screen.
My mama told me follow my dreams. My daddy told me get it by any means. Stand tall, make him bow to a king. But I've evolved, you can see the resolve. Look in my eyes when you speaking to God.
So when did the Sacramento Kings become the 80s bad boy Pistons? When did the Sacramento Kings become the 80s version of the Detroit Pistons? I am not for sure. I'm not for sure. I'm here to tell you that game last night was so winnable. That game last night, Sacramento tried to give us that game 4, 5, 6, 7 times last night. What are we doing? What are we doing? What are we doing, really? What are we doing with this point guard situation? Right? Let me go back and find. There were some numbers I saw last night, our shooting numbers, and it had nothing to do with defense. It had nothing to do with defense. It had nothing to do with scheme. It had nothing to do with listen, it was all it was guys that can't shoot were left open to shoot. That's all it amounted to. So Alfred Payton was 3 for 12. Alec Burks was 3 for 14. Emmanuel Quickly was 3 for 9. Right? All we had to do was knock down shots. Our second unit let us down, but our point guard also let us down. Our point guard had 7 points, 5 fouls, 3 assists, 3 rebounds. In a game where Julius Randle had 26 points, 15 rebounds, and 4 assists. RJ Barrett had 21 points, 7 rebounds, 3 assists. Our point guard, and I'm frustrated. I'm trying not to flip out. I'm trying not to flip out, right? I'm trying not to go crazy. Let me. Thank you, ESPN, for that. I appreciate you trying to ruin my morning, ESPN. So I'm trying not to. Hey, dude, no, that's not me. Oh, let me give song credit to my guys. So that song that we heard on the intro, that's a song called The Invisible by Divine Sons. That's The Invisible by Divine Sons. So that's my homeboy's group. And so the person you heard rapping is my homeboy Dan Johnson, but he go by Dan Johns, right? That's his group. Those guys are incredible. Dude's incredible with the ink pen. Dude's incredible with the ink pen. Now I'm telling you. So, but that's not Uncle Freezy. I don't rap. You know, I just, you know, the only talent I have is finding smart people, smart talented people, and getting around them and letting them do their thing. That's my talent in this world is finding smart, talented people and surrounding myself with them. That's my talent. And people will say, "Well, man, that's not a talent." Hey, man, I think I'm pretty good at that. People that are smart and talented and motivated, I keep myself surrounded by them. Not because I want something from them per se. That's French, you know. Per se is French. Uncle Freezy hit people with French this morning. Get him, Uncle Freezy. So anyway, so my talent is identifying smart, talented individuals and having them be around me where I can help them achieve more stuff and I can learn and achieve more stuff also. That's my talent. So anyway, this Elfrid Payton thing should be over with. What are we doing, Tom Thibodeau? This thing is frustrating, man. This thing is frustrating. So we lose by what looks like a lot, but it was actually a close game and we had the 4 shots late. Right? Man, we had a lead. We had a 5, 6, 7 point lead in this game and couldn't stretch. Elfrid Payton. If Elfrid Payton is on that plane, to Portland, Oregon, if Elfrid Payton is on that plane to Portland, Oregon right now, it's a crime before the Lord. Elfrid Payton needs to be on another plane back to wherever his home is. This thing frustrates me, man. This thing frustrates me with Elfrid Payton. And don't tell me Elfrid Payton does other stuff. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to, man. I don't want to hear this. Elfrid Payton does other stuff, Jazz. Right? I don't want to hear it. Right, and Reggie Bullock also. Reggie Bullock. Oh, man, come on. Sid Mears was good. Yeah, Ismail Rivas. Yeah, he's from Louisiana, just like Mitch. I guess they don't like offense down there. This thing is frustrating me, man. This thing is frustrating, and it's frustrating in a. So Florida Sun says, "What's my thoughts on Lonzo?" Man, hey man, I don't care nothing about these big guards that can rebound. I don't know, man. Look. I'm frustrated. And the reason why I'm frustrated is because we're losing winnable games that are in our hand. We're losing those because a point guard doesn't have a jump shot. What are we even talking about? We're losing games because of a point guard that doesn't have a jump shot. A jump shot in 2021? Are we serious? We're losing games because a point guard doesn't have a jump shot. What are we even talking about? This is weird. In 2021, we are losing games because a point guard doesn't have a jump shot. Not cold. He's not cold now. He's not cold from the field. He's not in a slump. Elfrid Payton's not in a slump. We're talking about a point guard that can't shoot. What are we even talking about? What are we even talking about? We're talking about a point guard that can't shoot in 2021. What are we even talking about? This is crazy. This is baffling my mind. Q Falcon was good. I see you out there. What are we even talking about, man? What are we even talking about? Are we talking about a point guard that doesn't have a jump shot in 2021? Are we talking about a point guard? Are we talking about a point guard that does not have a jump shot? Elfrid Payton doesn't have a jump shot? Are we serious? Are we serious? Tom Thibodeau, are we serious? We're talking about a point guard that doesn't have a jump shot. We're talking about a point guard that doesn't have a jump shot. In 2021. In 2021, we're talking about a point guard that can't shoot a jump shot. I watched the game last night. I saw us coming down the stretch. And when the defense collapsed on RJ Barrett and RJ Barrett kicked it out, I was like, you know what? They have us figured out now. Every team in the world has us figured out right now. Every team in the world has us figured out. Every team in the world has us figured out. So Jarrett Jack and Ramon Sessions are available. Maybe the Knicks should bring them back. Sin Mirror says, our shooters can't shoot. LOL. I feel you. We looking like fool's gold. I don't know if I'm going that far. What I will say is this. I don't know if I would go that far, but I will say this. This Elfrid Payton experiment should be over with already. What are we doing? What are we doing? Tom Thibodeau, what are we doing, man? Enough is enough. This is beyond torture. This is beyond torture. Black Andy says, Freezy, give me a solution. Because if I can come in and defend Tibbs rolling with Payton. Okay. All right. Andy, it's open mic. You know it's open mic. Look, don't come in here singing some 80s rock song. Don't come in here talking about pour some sugar on me. Pour some sugar on me. No, I'm not feeling that this morning.
Yo, Uncle Freezy, what's up, baby? Feel like I just saw you.
Yeah, man. How are you this morning?
Just got home from work, man. I just wanted to touch base with you, check in for a minute. I'm gonna go and catch some Z's.
Yeah, man. Hey, I appreciate some of that talk earlier tonight, man. That was dope.
No doubt.
Yeah, that was dope. Yeah, man. I'm frustrated beyond. I'm frustrated. I'm frustrated beyond. I just can't deal with Elfrid Payton anymore. I can't do it anymore.
Yeah.
I just
You know what's ironic, Freezy, is that this is not like a player that we didn't know about. We had him here last year. They knew what he has and what he doesn't have, and they chose to bring him back regardless. It's not like somebody we brought in out of the cold and he's just not playing up to his past performance. Peyton is showing us what he has. He showed us that last season, and they still chose to bring him back without an insurance policy. What if I was Tibbs, and I know he won't do this, but I would humiliate the so-called point guards that we have on our rotation and start playing Jared Harper.
man, come on.
I would.
It's something. Yes,
I
yes.
would. Just to
And
show them, yeah, you know what, your spot is not guaranteed. You don't perform, I'm gonna find somebody who can. I mean, Jared Harper. I don't know his statistics, but I believe he has a remnants of a jump shot.
right,
You
right,
know,
right. And so last night I find myself in a place where I was tempted to start banging the table for DSJ. We got to that spot. We got to that spot in the third quarter last night
hmm
where teams start risking fouls for defense. You know what I'm saying?
right,
When teams get a little desperate, they know that their time is running out for them. They have to make a move.
right.
Right, right. So I'm like, yo, and this is me now. I'm telling you, in the moment, this is what I was doing. Like I was like, where's DSJ? Right. So I'm like, where is Dennis Smith Jr.? And I know y'all Knicks fans. I know y'all hate Dennis Smith Jr. And I know y'all feel like not you Goose. I'm just saying in general. I know y'all feel like Dennis Smith Jr. is a wasted roster spot, right? Some Knicks fans is like every trade scenario, they're like the first person they throw into the trade. Excuse me, the first person they throw into the trade is Dennis Smith Jr. Right, right. Hey, big
hmm
task at hand. What's good? So I'm like, yo, if you have him on the roster, can we at least let's see what he has or Jared Harper or somebody, because this Alfred Payton up and down the floor thing, I'm frustrated, man.
I know you fans probably think it's weird that I mentioned Harper before I even mentioned DSJ, but again, DSJ is just another player that we've seen what he has to offer. That's just another player that hasn't been consistent. I know he tweaked his jump shot with Rauf in the off season,
Right,
but as the coaching staff sees a lot more than what we see as fans, and I'm sure if they seen a DSJ um behind the scenes and they thought he was able to be a viable option, they would have trotted him out there by now
right, right.
instead of just in garbage time.
I don't dispute that, man. But you know what I do? You know what I will dispute?
Mhm.
This dude shooting 3 for 13. Right? And it's not a rare occurrence. This is not a rare occurrence. This is often. You know what I mean? This is often. I'm pulling up ESPN right now. ESPN, you better not spring that stupid what's the name? Yeah, ESPN is ready. All right, there we go. So Alfred Payton, I'm sorry, not 3 for 13. Alfred Payton was 3 for 12. Let me give him his credit. All right, let me give him his credit. He was a negative 15 plus minus. How is your plus minus negative 15?
But if you notice also, if you look at the I don't know if the numbers change, but I checked those numbers right around halftime, and all of our starters were negative.
Yeah,
He wasn't the only one.
yeah,
Um, like I had said on the podcast overnight,
right,
it seems like Alfred has to play over his head almost every. In order for him to be an asset, he almost has to have close to a career game. Like he can't just have a 50-50 game. and be efficient and help us win. Um, his listen, I'm not his defense is useful. His penetration skills is useful, but it's just that when he has it in his head that he wants to shoot from the perimeter,
Right.
it's just not gonna end good, man.
Right. Right.
And but he has those games that he plays above his head, but it's just not. It's too. It's too far in between
Yeah, it's
for
not
it to be
sustainable.
useful.
It's not
Exactly.
sustainable.
Exactly.
So my point is, why carry this dude on the roster? Big Oso is in the building. What's good? What's good, Big Oso? So I feel you, man. I can't deal with Goose. Listen, I can't deal with this Alfred Payton situation anymore. Enough is enough, man. Enough is enough. We had a 5-point lead. We had a 5-point lead. Sacramento was waiting to fold, right? They were
Mhm.
waiting to fold. They were waiting to pack up their stuff and go home. And our point guard can't knock down a shot, right? What are we carrying them for? Not you, Goose. I'm sorry.
You know what's even more frustrating is that defenses are not even treating him as a threat. And when he goes out to the perimeter. And what happens when the teams do that is it basically turns into a 5 against 4 because defenders don't need to go out. He's not part. See, the part of being even a threat from the perimeter is that you are bringing defenders out to meet you,
Right.
and you're there's one less defender in the paint. Um, if if they view Peyton as a non-threat from the perimeter, then there's just one more person to go crash the boards for rebounds, for defensive
Hey,
rebounds.
what's good, fam? Sandman in the building. What's good? Can you hear us?
What's going on, Uncle Freeze? Uncle Freeze, Uncle Freeze, what's going on? I'm gonna try to download the app. I'm on Safari right now, but I'm definitely coming back up in here, man. I want to chat with you guys. Good
Okay.
morning and peace to the chat. If you can
Hey,
hear me.
peace. Yeah, man. So the Alfred Payton thing, man, is frustrating, right? And it's not, it's
I'll be
not.
right back. Let me download the chat to the
Okay.
brothers.
Okay, we just gonna continue the conversation, but we good. So the Alfred Payton thing is frustrating in a sense that it's not. Hey, Coach Zach is bonkers. So it is so the Alfred Payton thing is frustrating, not in a sense that you know how something irritates you just real bad.
Mhm.
Like we my wife bought this soap one time. It smelled good. She liked the scent of it, right? She liked the scent of it on her man. You know, her man is macho. But she was like, yo, I want this. So I used to wash up with the soap, but I always have my back itchy. You know what I'm saying? Like I you know, not right after the shower. You know what I'm saying? And this is the only soap that did that. So after day one, I'm like, man, my back is itchy. So day two, I rinse real good with like super rinse, like ridiculous rinse. And I go out, and then my back is itchy again. I'm like, what the fuck is this? And right, and my wife, and Miss Mocha's like, man, you smell so good. And I'm like, I like having Miss Mocha all over me, but my back is itchy. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But dog, after like day 3, I'm like, F that soap. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
This is me and Alfred Payton.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I understand that you do like that soap. That soap had some good benefits, but Alfred Payton has some good benefits. But man, that not being able to shoot outweighs all of that other stuff. You know what I mean? Like
yeah,
that,
the
like,
results aren't worth the package.
right? Like that soap. That soap, man. Miss Mocha was on me. She was like, "I'm just giving you a hug." You know what I'm saying? I'm like, okay. You know, just random hugs and stuff, but my back itchy. You know what I'm saying? And so that's the thing. Like Alfred Payton is that itchy soap to me. Like there are some benefits to it, but then when you weigh in versus other stuff, you're like, nah, this ain't this.
I hear you.
This ain't it right here.
It looks like it was supposed to be. It smells like it was supposed to be, but the results aren't what they're supposed to be.
Right.
And that's what you have in Peyton. He looks like a point guard. He's he looks like a point guard, but the results just don't match up. It's just not
Yes,
worth
it's just not worth it.
it.
And I'll tell you, and I meant to talk to this point when we were on last night. I just didn't get the opportunity to because our conversations on the Knicks at Night podcast sometimes goes in a lot of different directions,
Yeah. Oh
right?
yeah.
But
It reminds me of a
but
barbershop. I used to
right.
go to this barbershop in East New York years
Oh
ago, in East New
wow.
York, Brooklyn, and
Right,
the barbershop was it was for the younger cats, but old heads used to just hang out there,
right,
because
right,
the barbers were like twice our age.
right, right,
So man, so when I would sit in the chair, I would just listen to the stories that
right,
the barbers and their friends would chop it up about,
right,
and it would just make being there that comfortable, entertaining,
right,
and the fact that I was a young buck, I had nothing to contribute to the conversation because their experiences and their stories don't mesh with mine.
right,
So you just sit back and relax and listen,
right,
and so it's just how I feel in your podcast. There's a lot of knowledgeable cats in your podcast, and they chop it up. And like you said, it can go in any direction at any given moment.
right, right,
But I just hope that the folks out there that come by and check it out because it's a lot of fun, man.
right. And so the thing about it is so we're different from the other live streams in that we're looking. So I'm creating. I aspire one day to have a Joe Budden type podcast, a Seth Rogen type podcast.
Right,
But
right,
but
right.
for, but for one, we have to start off small. You know what I'm saying, and put some parameters and framework in place.
Yeah,
We have to refine our skill in the open market first before we can say that we're in a league with those guys. But that's what I'd like to do, except have it be our urban setting,
right,
talking about our Knicks. You know what I'm saying?
right, right.
So the thing is the thing with that is so you know we I don't want to be too restrictive with the conversation, but this is a podcast, and so one day somebody will go back and listen to all these episodes of the podcast or whatever. But anyway, so
But
I
yeah.
wanted to get to oh look hey Grandmaster Vegan is in the building. What's good? What's good, Grandmaster Vegan? Oh wait, you expected me to? Okay, all right, okay, Grandmaster Vegan. Grandmaster Vegan is in the building. What's good?
You want that proper introduction, Freezy.
Yeah. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I was slack. I was a slacker just now. I'm sorry. I'll try to do better, Grandmaster Vegan. I promise. So my thing is with Alfred Payton is this.
Mhm,
I saw his defender watch him catch the ball, give him 10 feet of space to shoot.
yeah,
And
like I
when
did.
and when he got into his motion, the defender didn't even go out to contest it. He went to the basket to rebound. Dog, the defender went to the basket to rebound instead of contesting the shot.
Mhm.
That's all the disrespect you need from a player right there. When you
Yeah.
get ready to get into your shot, he just goes to rebound.
Like I can't even imagine how that must feel for a professional of any sport. Yo, Freezy, remember when we was young and you would see a softball game, and then a batter that wasn't that good would come up to the plate, and all of a sudden everybody moves in.
Yep. Yep.
You know what I mean? And that's like in comparison, that's like the biggest insult because they
Yep.
have no fear of what you're bringing to the plate.
Right.
That is sort of how I see what you just described. And now, of course, we're just kids in the park playing ball. But imagine as a professional, your opponent doesn't respect your jump shot at all.
At all.
At all, man.
That's what I'm saying, man.
And it gets to a point where other teams, every other team that you're facing, treats you the same way. So word gets around the league that you're a non-factor from the perimeter or even mid-range.
Illmatics.
What's good? Good morning,
It's
guys.
in the building.
Good morning. Good morning.
How's it going?
All right.
Good morning.
Oh,
I won't lie to you, man. So Big also just asked a question. Where is it? Where is it? Who is a good PG we can sign realistic trades? I'm not for sure. I'm looking at rosters right now. Detroit is 3-12. I don't know if D Rose is the guy for us. Right? I don't know if D Rose is the guy for us. Minnesota is 3-11. Houston is 5-9.
D Rose doesn't want any part of New York. I think D Rose likes to be in the Midwest. You know, his family's in that area. He's comfortable there, I believe. You know.
Right.
And we went that route already, and it didn't work out too well.
Yeah, and so Sacramento is 6-10 right now. At the time that we played them, they were 5-10. We lost to a team that's 5-10. We lost to a team that's 5-10. And so hear me out on this.
Mm-hmm.
Because this is our turning point right now. We are at a flashpoint, right?
Mm-hmm.
We're at a flashpoint right now, right? We're at a jump off point, and we don't realize it, right? Because we're turning the corner. Illmatics, we lost to a 5-10 team, and we shouldn't have. So we're at a turning point. We're 8-9, but the team we played at the time was 5-10. We lost to a 5-10 team because our point guard can't shoot a jumper.
yeah, we're in a tough spot, I think, man. I mean, we're good. We play good. We have good games. Last night was like OKC to me all over again because it was like young athletic guys. They don't seem to deal with that at all.
Right.
I mean, they have a problem with that. And number two, I'm absolutely a fan of De'Aaron Fox. I never really got to see him play like that. That's what we need. That's what we need.
No, Illmatics, we need Alfred Payton.
No, we don't. No, but we need what he's given us in good games. That's what we need. We need the face doesn't matter. The face is interchangeable. The number on the back of the jersey is interchangeable. We need the production that he gives us when he gives us a good game. It doesn't matter the face. Peyton's not the guy. Peyton's not the guy at all because he's just not. He has no offensive game whatsoever. And quickly, he's not ready yet. He got to stay in the oven still. He's not ready. We're really, literally, probably in the worst point guard situation in the league.
Oh, probably.
Yeah, I'm being nice. It's morning time, man. You gotta have a little, can't be doom and gloom. It's beautiful outside, but we in a really rough spot with that. And again, third scorer. I was on joint yesterday, and before I left, I was like, "Yo, all right, we're gonna have RJ, we're gonna have Julius, and then we have mystery scorer. Who's gonna be the mystery guy for the game?"
Okay, so we believe it should be Kevin Knox, but after these last few games, Kevin Knox's ass can go. Kevin Knox.
I'm kind of there with you, man. It's I'm sorry. You could say minutes. You could say whatever. You look in the kid's face. He has no drive. No drive, man.
And so I'm gonna let you eat on it. I'm gonna let you eat, but I just wanted to say this thing real quick. So back in the early 90s, Charlie Ward used to play quarterback for Florida State, right? Play quarterback for the Florida State Seminoles. Huh?
He was the Heisman, wasn't he?
Yeah, he won the Heisman, right? But he used to have a group of receivers, Kes McCorvey and a guy named Kevin Knox, who seemed like they would beg for the football all the time, like come to the huddle. Charlie Ward, why you throwing the ball to Kes McCorvey? I'm Kevin Knox. I want the ball. Give me the ball. What are you doing? Why y'all trying to run it? Throw me the football. Right? And back then in real time, I saw it in real time. This is something that I'm not making up. This is not something I saw on YouTube. I saw this in real time. I saw this dude against the University of Miami begging for the football. Like, dog, throw me the football. Let me make a play. And then you fast forward 20-something years to his son playing for the Knicks. And his son is like, if I get the ball, okay. If I don't, okay. And you're like, what is this?
Yeah.
What is this Kevin Knox? Is this a spoiled AAU baby who has all the more athletic ability than his pops and just doesn't have the fire? Or is it
abilities there?
I say, man, because you never see him turn. When do you see it turn it on?
You don't. He's always like at the same speed. You know what I mean? It's like he drives the speed limit all the time. Doesn't push it. Doesn't go in the left lane. It's just like I know he's following whatever plan. Okay, my plan is I got to run to the corner or whatever the case is. But he doesn't even run with purpose. He just looks like he's there. And he's very
low IQ. He's very low IQ. Very, very low IQ. I saw Obi Toppin get so frustrated with him. I thought Obi was going to grab him and, throw him on the ground. So they were running a play, quickly ran a screen and roll where Mitch set the screen and Obi Toppin cuts baseline for the lob that Kevin Knox sets the screen for him, right? Kevin Knox doesn't set the screen right. He gets in the way of Obi. So when Emmanuel quickly turns the corner, he doesn't have a lob, and then it forces quickly to either pass out to Mitch for 3 or throw up a floater. Y'all take a guess what quickly did.
Yeah, floater.
He threw up the floater. Yeah. But Kevin Knox was in Obi Toppin's runway. Like, how can you be that? How can your IQ be that crazy? Right? If you can't screen the guy, get the hell out the way. Right? And so now people are like, well, where's Obi? Obi's not impressing. Man, I'm here to tell you that unit that Obi plays with is trash. It's very low. It's very low. Kevin Knox is not it. Kevin Knox is not it. Alfred Payton is not it. I would trade both of them for something.
You know what's frustrating to me is that if you look, hey, what's up? If you look at
Warriors, hold on for a second. Hold on for just a second, Goose. Hey, what's up, Rocky? What's happening?
Good morning.
How you this morning?
I'm all right.
Man, hey, bro, I'm so frustrated right now at Alfred Payton. I could just. You ever saw a 2-year-old just lay out on the floor and have a tantrum? That's where I'm at.
Together, man. Alfred Payton got to get it together, man.
Hey, man. Oh my, he can't. What are we, man? Alfred Payton, man. What are we even talking about, man? What are we even talking about anymore? Why are we still? Oh my God, this is frustrating, man. So we're down 4. Right? They come back and take a lead. We were up 5, and they chip away. And so Elf throws up some shots or whatever. They're contested in the lane. I'm not mad at that. But what I am mad at is Alfred Payton wide open for 3, and the dude don't even go out and contest. He just goes to the rebound, look for the rebound. And you're like, is that what we are right now? In 2021, a point guard doesn't have a jump shot. In 2021, where are we? Where are we, man?
This is why it was a trap game, man. We played down to the competition, man.
No, I think we got outplayed, man. I don't think we played down to anything. That's me. I just think because that's easier to say for the team to say that they played down to them. They got out hustled in certain cases. We didn't hit shots. We didn't do the things that we were supposed to do to win games.
That's
Right.
what I'm saying. Like we played down to the competition. Like we
No, I
supposed to.
get it. I always kind of take that, and I get your point. I do.
Supposed to step up, and on a road game like this, when we don't got a set point guard in the rotation, and we coming off a 3-game winning streak,
Right.
we supposed to dig deep into our roster and
Right.
let our bodies eat and salvage ourselves.
Right.
We're supposed to take a.
You know, the frustrating thing is that we have
We're
what
supposed
we
to
have in.
we're supposed to look at players like Jared Harper and Iggy in this game like this to set Sacramento.
Right. Right.
We've seen Bullock and Payton both ball out for us this season. They both had very good games. These are not second or third year players. These are young veterans that should be more consistent. They've shown they can do it. It's not sporadic play that you're getting from a 2-year, 3-year player where some nights they have and some nights they don't. We're talking about guys that are in the other side of 26 years old that's been doing it on other teams and have done it here. They should show more consistency. The game that Peyton had against the Warriors, the game that Bullock had against the Warriors, was just on Thursday night. Not
Right.
even 24 hours later, they showed nothing close to what they had
That's
against the
The,
Warriors.
the
That's
previous
just not
game.
good.
that's what I'm saying. As far as we going on a road trip and we need to spark off the bench, we need to dig into our roster and see what players we have to go get this spark out of them and get the energy up out of them too. We can't just rely on going on a 3-game winning streak and we're gonna go kill the Sacramento Kings because they got De'Aaron Fox and they got the worst defense in the league. No, it doesn't go like that. It doesn't go like that. It's a different time. It's a different way of basketball now. The Sacramento Kings had us marked and circled it on us. Knicks is gonna come in here. They think they're hot, and we're gonna know. They were ready for us. They had us
Right.
penciled in.
It looks like Tibbs definitely values
He did the same
defense
thing he
over
did with
offense.
OKC. That's why I said it was a trap game. I said that on another panel not too long ago.
Right.
He has to
Right.
do a better job of looking at his roster and
Right.
playing towards the matchups because we don't
Right.
have a set point guard. Alfred
Yeah.
Payton is not
I
gonna.
think
Alfred Payton.
what we're getting with the coach, he's sticking with his rotation. He's
Yeah.
gonna play them regardless. He's not. If Iggy was it, or if Iggy was like killing it in practice, he would have gotten on the court already.
Yep.
You know, he would have, because that's at least according to the coach. You kill it in practice. That's where you make your minutes.
Yep.
But I think he's gonna ride with his guys. He's gonna keep on putting them out there. He's gonna keep on trying to grind it out with them, and he's gonna keep his rotation short. And as long as Peyton is here, and he doesn't have a better option, he's gonna play. That's what. And he's not gonna put Jared Harper in. He's not.
That
Because
is so
in
frustrating, man.
April or come playoff times,
But
if Peyton is still here, that's who's gonna play, regardless of how he did the game before or whatever. That's who's gonna play, and he's gonna stick with these guys, and he's gonna keep them there until they figure it out or they lose the game.
Or yeah. Oh my gosh.
so, all right, it's like all right. So like
That's my opinion. That's that's how.
I don't disagree with your opinion. What I'm saying is the alternatives that you proposed are frustrating. And that's no knock on you. That's not knock on you. But to your point, if that's what we have, man, that's frustrating.
Yeah, no.
You know,
What we're saying,
Coach
yo, what's up, Zach?
Zach was good.
You know what? If these
Yeah,
guys
drop
would
it.
not, let's say Thibs, he values defense. If these guys were not doing it on the defensive end, and Tibbs would be so much quicker to pull them. You know
Oh,
what I
yeah.
mean?
No doubt. No doubt.
He'd be so much quicker to pull them. But for some reason, listen, he's a defensive coach. He values defense over offense. He figures my defense can suppress the opponent's offensive output, but that's not going to happen day in and day out. Your guys
That's what
have
I'm
to
saying.
play.
A
They
game
got to
like
play. They got to play consistent.
that's what I'm saying. Well, the coach that was when it falls on the coach on a
Mm.
stretch like this, like you know what
Are
I'm
you guys going to
saying?
kill Tibbs again? What am I getting into here?
No,
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 no. I
No.
don't
no,
think
no.
it's
This is the portion of the show where we say Alfred Payton can't shoot.
Oh, got it.
Yeah, this is the Alfred Payton can't shoot portion. I'm sorry.
No, our coach is playing the cards that he's dealt.
Our offense is just far. It's way less than our defense because you have to focus on one thing when you're a new coach coming into a system where you don't know the guys a whole lot. You got a slow off season, you know. So when our offense is, you've seen improvement other than the fact that Peyton can't shoot. We've gotten better game by game. I mean, we just put up 119.
Yeah,
There's improvement to be had. It's slower than our defense.
right.
But we need to go out and do something. And I know I joked in the comments earlier about signing Isaiah Thomas, but something.
Hey, I'm ready. I'm ready to sign Isaiah Thomas. I'm ready to sign either one of them. I'm ready to sign the bad boys Piston Isaiah Thomas at this point. I don't care which Isaiah.
Yeah. All right, guys, listen. I'm gonna bounce. Freezy. I'm gonna bounce now. Panel, chat, salute.
Hey, salute, man. Get
I'll check in.
Get some rest, young man. You don't run on batteries.
I know. I gotta reboot. All right, guys.
Man. All right, man.
Peace. All right.
Yeah, man. Hey, Decius Thomas was good. Hey, so somebody in the chat earlier asked me how I feel about trading for Lonzo Ball. I don't think Lonzo Ball is it either. I don't want to trade one guy that can't shoot or replace a guy that can't shoot with another guy that can't shoot.
I think that's his knee injury right now because last year he was shooting 37.5% from deep.
Yeah.
This year he's got that knee issue, and I know we don't want an injured guy either. But once he gets healthy, I'm sure he's been a much better jump shooter since he started.
Right.
And he's still a pass first guy who can play defense, rebound the ball, push the tempo. All the things really Alfred can't do.
Yeah. I could see that, man. I'm just really frustrated.
Free agency to get him. If anything, you're not going to trade assets for him.
No, we don't want to trade nothing for no, not at all.
I'm all for going, winning every game possible. But let me ask you guys a question. Are you really all in on us going as far as humanly possible, or just developing? Like, all right, we got 8 good pieces out of this team for the year. And next year we're gonna go into free agency. We're gonna draft somebody, and we'll see where we go from there. Or we trying to win more games now.
You want to try to win as many games as you possibly can, and you also like what a good organization does.
But are you flipping pieces to make that happen today?
And Leon both stress it in every interview.
Hey, Zach, you breaking up kind of bad, man.
All right, I'll just go back to watching.
No. Well, all right.
No. I'm in a bad spot right now.
Okay.
I was dropping my son off at his other grandparents at his mom's parents' house.
Oh man! Hey, shout out to the big guy, man. How the grandparents doing?
Well, I don't really talk to them much, but he was just at my parents' house because we've been getting a lot of stuff done at the house.
Okay.
And he had missed both of them, so he wanted to do a weekend where he slept at both of their houses.
Okay. Hey, that's dope. That's dope, man.
He's doing good though. He laughs every time he hears Kevin Knox on your shows. So I think he knows that we talk too much about it.
So if he laughs every time he hears Kevin Knox, I'm just gonna do this. Knox. Hey, because hearing little kids laugh does the ticker some good. you know what I mean?
Am I still breaking up?
No, you've been good now.
Okay, but so the four aspects of building a team: draft, free agency, trades, and player development. And I like to add a fifth aspect to that is trying to win as much as possible, like trying to be competitive. You got to focus on every one of those every day if you want to be something. If you want to be an organization that with consistent, prolonged success, like the Spurs,
right?
Yep. Even the Celtics, even though they haven't won in a while, but like got teams that are always in it. You want that, you're gonna have to play like that because the Celtics have been competing for a championship while finessing in the draft, getting a guy like Jason Tatum with a trade.
Right.
And working on the draft and signing free agents and developing their own.
Right.
I mean, they don't just sit there and focus.
But is that what we need to do for the rest of this season? Like, can we just rock out with what we have?
Scout. We need to scout. Focus on developing what we got. See if there's a free agent out there that we can bring.
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking. I don't think we need to.
No risk, high reward.
There's no one out there to get.
I don't know.
There's no risk, high reward, guys. There's guys. I mean, Isaiah Thomas is better than Dennis Smith Jr. Take a flyer on him. He said he's healthy this year. Take a flyer on him.
Yeah.
Not to start because he doesn't play zero defense, but to come in and get buckets. Why not?
See that I feel like that's what we need: a certified bucket getter. Right? I feel like that's what we need.
We thought that was Rivers after one game. After one game, he was like, "Yeah."
He was never a certified. He's a streaky.
Yeah. So I'm gonna say
certified bucket getter is a guy that always gets buckets. Like Isaiah Thomas, you put him anywhere, the playground, the court, the NBA floor, anywhere, he's getting buckets. Like and Michael Beasley, say what you want about his career, he's a bucket wherever he goes.
Yeah.
Like guys like that are just buckets, and you can always get them for the cheap.
So let me ask y'all this. I just want to get y'all's feeling on this, right? Last night RJ did something that I've never seen him do in the NBA. RJ Barrett, right? RJ Barrett did something. Hey, Big Oso, I see your Colin Sexton trade scenario. I'm gonna get to that just in a second.
Colin Sexton.
Yeah, I want to address that, but I don't want to tie these 2 points together because they don't go right. RJ Barrett knocked down all of his 3-point shots and all of his free throws in the same game.
And some mid ranges. You see that jab step?
Yes.
That mellow jab?
Jab step, swish. Yep.
Jab. I'm not doing anything else, but I'm still gonna jab, and it's gonna work.
Yeah. So when have we seen RJ Barrett knock down all of his 3-point attempts and all of his free throws in the same game? That is progress. That's like one of those random games on a Friday night that happen on the schedule that may go get swept under the rug, and you don't notice it. But I think that's progress.
Progress. It's definitely progress.
Yeah.
Look at how he's been his last 6 games. Has he had a bad game? No.
Nope.
Yo! Look who's back! He's back, ladies and gentlemen. What's good?
Pause this. Hold on, I gotta pause this.
Huh?
Good now, we good.
What's good?
You're saying a lot of stuff I'm not so there's a lot of stuff that's saying that I'm like, last summer, rewind the video, all that stuff that we talking about now, we should address that.
Hey, is your microphone plugged in?
Yeah, yeah. It's good. It's good. Can I put it on mine?
Yeah, it sounds like you're away from your mic.
How about that? Is it better now?
Hold on. Let me see.
Hello.
All right. Say it one more time.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yeah,
I
you
think it
good.
was,
You good.
I unplugged my mic, but I can do that later. But there's a lot of stuff this morning that's very good.
Hey, so let me do this real quick. Hey, Coach Zach. Hey, can you mute your mic while you're not talking so I can hear Raphael? Okay, there we go. All right, say it again, Raphael.
Now, you're saying a lot of good stuff this morning that last summer I was angry about. And you remember last time, like I showed up at 1 o'clock in the morning, and I'm mad about the lack of free agents that we didn't get. I was pissed off. I was pissed off about not getting Gordon Hayward.
Right.
Of all, about not getting getting a point guard. And look how serious this point guard situation is. Look, I give credit. The thing I like about Alfred Payton, because I gotta give respect where it's due. The Knicks are the number one in the defense. The defense is high, so I'm not gonna take credit where it's due, and that's something that possibly Frank fans wanted to always say. Hey, we're the best defensive team, and Frank is a point guard. And this time around, happens to be Alfred Payton is the point guard, and the Knicks are number one in the defense. So I gotta give respect where it's due, but you know. Alfred Payton is a backup point guard at best with this league. You know, this league, and you guys, who's making good points? I think Freezy was making good points. Guzman was making good points. That is defense. And that's a good question. I'm like, yo, that's a very good question. Is defense right now overrated? Is there need to have a jump shot, Freezy?
I know this.
You could play the best look, and honestly, like I looked at the defense, I didn't think that our defense was that great. But look, I've seen the Cavs this week put up 145 points against the Brooklyn Nets and beat them twice. Exactly. So it's that you know, a lot of people want to talk about these 90s Knicks, that grit and grind, but you got to score, you got to shoot, and if you're not shooting it. You're nothing in this league. And look,
defense wins championships. If you think defense is overrated, you don't watch the game of basketball.
Now, and so I feel like we need to have so I keep wanting to lean in. Let me do this. Okay. So I feel like we need some type of balance because the Alfred Payton thing. What are we even talking about? The Alfred Payton, really? I mean, what are we talking about? We're talking about a dude that doesn't have a jump shot, a point guard. And yo, in case y'all don't notice, we're in the year 2021.
Can't keep defenses honest.
Right, Mr. Rocket, I'm with you. You know, we're in the year 2021. You know what I'm saying? And our point guard does not have a jump shot. You know what I mean? I mean, come on, what are we even talking about, man? Why are we even talking about this? Why is this even a necessary topic? Andy, I wanted Black Andy to come on, man. So if anybody has seen Black Andy from Poland, New Jersey, can we just have them come in?
Out the hole, keep playing out the hole every game. If like, come on, Alfred Payton doesn't have no jump shot, like.
And I don't know De'Aaron Fox to be like having a great jump shot like that, but I know him to be. He's known to be super fast.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I say. That's what I said earlier about with the matchups. Like we should have digged into our roster. Like it was a trap game. We should have digged into our roster, and we should have put Speedy, Jared Harper. Speedy.
No, I don't think Jared Harper. I that's the part I disagree with you about Jared Harper. You gotta go with whoever's the best at the best at the position right now. The best, unfortunately, is not the. I don't want to say it. I mean, I don't want to. That's not something to brag about. But look, he's a $5 million player, and that's another thing. This is my whole thing. Why I'm here, why I showed up here. We want to talk about getting better, but when it comes to free agents and the free agency is $15 million player, most fans that I listen to, in my perspective, are very hesitant. Everybody's hesitant when it comes to, hey, listen, what's the De'Aaron Fox contract? $30 million.
Right.
Are you guys paying $30 million for De'Aaron Fox, or you're not? And that's the problem that I always have, because we could talk about these problems about Alfred Payton, but Alfred Payton is a $5 million player. So you got what you paid for. Basically. Are you paying 15 and better for a player? Or if you're not, then y'all wasting everybody's time with this conversation.
Hey, you heard that, Ismail Rivas? You heard what Raphael said just now? Mm-hmm. You heard what he said just now? You got what you paid for. Y'all keep being cheap. Keep being cheap with your money.
Knicks, this is the most cheapest French fan base that I don't want to diss, but when every last summer, everybody wants to go the cheap route. Let's go cheap. Let's go cheap. Let's go cheap. Look what cheap gets you.
That's his Thomas. You hear that? Keep saving your money.
Save your money.
Keep saving your money. That's his Thomas. And
the organization
you
said we're like Spurs. The organization that you said we're like the Spurs go cheap. So what if we're like the Spurs?
No. I mean, I'm gonna let you talk because I don't want to cut you off. Go ahead, do your thing. Do your thing. Go ahead.
No, that's all I got. That's what I'm saying. You said we were like the Spurs a while ago. If we're like the Spurs, why can't we go cheap and be successful?
The Spurs have DeMar DeRozan, and they have LaMarcus Aldridge, right? And you hold on, Zach. If I correct me if I'm wrong, though, I'm gonna give it to you right back. I'm gonna let you speak. You wanted to trade Julius Randle last summer. Am I right or wrong?
No, you're wrong.
No, that wasn't.
Okay, cool. So you're not pro trading Randle for a draft pick. Am I correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, and so
the Spurs there winning championships had cheap contracts. Everybody who's out playing their contracts. I'm not talking about DeMar DeRozan. They're not successful right now.
No. What the thing with the Spurs though is different. The Spurs can take a lump of coal and turn it into a diamond, right? The Spurs can take a lump of coal and turn it into a diamond, and the Spurs can take a diamond and turn it into the most valuable diamond. And we've seen them do. We've seen them do both. We've seen them take a dude that could play defense and can't shoot, and Bruce Bowen, and turn him into maybe one of the best wing defenders of all time, right? And we've also seen them take a guy like Kawhi Leonard, who was an athletic freak, with no clear direction on what type of player he'll be, and turn him into one of the best all-around players in the game. And we've also seen them take 2 number 1 picks in the draft and turn them into certified first ballot Hall of Famers. We've seen them take a French point guard who was just fast and turned him into a floor general. Mm-hmm. We've seen them take a wing player that was only known for scoring and turn them into one of the best six men to ever play the game. The Knicks, we take draft picks and turn them into Frank Ntilikina, into Kevin Knox.
The old
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but we got Knicks now.
Give us time.
Ted's becoming a culture changer. What do you think about his culture changing ways? I mean, I feel like he's almost like starting something real big.
Right.
Yeah,
right.
I'm saying. Don't trade everybody away. See what they can get out of these guys.
No, I understand. I understand what you.
Alfred Payton, trade him for a bag of chips.
Right, and look, the bag of chips don't even have to be fresh.
I hate pickles. They could be dill pickle chips that were spit out by my 5-year-old.
Bam, and we'll take it.
And I'm trading them.
And we'll have a press conference for that stale bag of chips. We'll have a press conference for it. You know what I'm saying?
For me, right now, the team is the coaching and the front office. That's the team.
Mm-hmm. Well said, Maddox.
And we headed in the right direction there. In that case, we on the right path. We just don't. It's year one. We got picks that we didn't pick that we're still dealing with. Knox, Frank, trades like that got us DSJ and stuff like that. I'm not saying this year's a wash. I'm just saying that this might not be really the team. I mean, yeah, RJ's a really solid piece. Julius, solid piece. We got to see what Obi turns into. But right now, we don't have much of a team. There isn't a lot there when you look at the substance of this team. There's a few guys, and then what else do we really have? Like marginal
cap space.
players.
We have cap space.
We have. That's what I mean. Our value. Our value is in our front office. Our value is in our coaching right now.
Yeah,
you know
that's
our biggest. Those are our biggest assets.
We have the number one defense. We got a bunch of cap space. But also, like,
hey Zach, you breaking up right now, man.
Mm-hmm. But I want to say something real quick, if that's okay.
Go ahead, eat.
So my whole thing is, right? I feel as people in the panel, people in the chats, Twitter, when are we gonna start having these kind of conversations of if we can get a good player that's worth $20 million, let's go after him. Because I feel like that's the biggest hurdle when I listen to fans.
Yeah, which
all summer I wanted Gordon Hayward. I wanted CP3. If CP3 can't get it, we can't get him. Let's get Russell Westbrook. Let's get somebody here that's gonna help the team win games, because you also have a large fan base. I remember telling Freezy
those are $41 million and $30 million contracts, not 20.
Right. But I wanted to say, there's a large fan base that wants to fade for Cade. I'm like, listen, man, I'm not with the fading for Cade. I don't want to tank no more. I want to start trying to win games. Right? Yeah. You know what I mean? I want to win games. And I was talking about that hardcore all summer, and everybody was like, not everybody, because that's wrong to say. A large fan base was like, nah, man, we're not with that. Let's just continue to tank. But long story short, I think that RJ and Julius Randle needs another piece, as well as Obi. Obi, I do like Obi. I wanted to touch base with Zach about Obi real quick. But I mean, maybe later, not now. But long story short,
yeah, I'm gonna stay mute until I get home. I'll be home in like 5 minutes. So
okay.
Okay. Cool.
Once I'm in Wi-Fi, I'll be better.
Okay.
Cool. But I want to bring a piece, some because I like what CP3 did for Oklahoma City. So I was like, we need somebody like that. It doesn't have to be. It could have been Dennis Schroeder, that's somebody who Charles wanted bad. If he wanted Dennis Schroeder, I'm down. Listen, let's get somebody. But we cannot leave empty-handed because we want to see Frank get more minutes and Dennis Smith Jr. get more minutes.
They're not getting any minutes.
And it's like, yo, listen, man, bro, no, it doesn't work like that. And I wanted to respond to Zach with this, and also Charles. Obi Toppin is in one of the best positions, coming off the bench behind Julius Randle. That is ideal. That is an ideal situation. What I feel competent organizations.
I'm gonna use this restroom real quick.
Okay, cool. I feel competent organizations do. They have a LaMarcus Aldridge, and then they'll draft a player, and he'll learn under his wing, and he'll play 20 minutes, and LaMarcus will play 35 minutes, and then before you know it, man, in a year or two, that player will take off.
No, us having Julius is a luxury.
It's a luxury. So Obi Toppin, some people, because Zach said yesterday that he feels that
Hold on, man. Wait for me, homie. Like 5 minutes.
Okay, I'm gonna wait for you. I'm out. Come on. All right, cool.
Come on,
but you see where I'm coming from. But you know where I'm going with this, okay?
Yeah, but give me a minute. I might forget. I'm old. I'm getting old, man.
Damn. Okay. But anyway, so let's move away from that. Let's move away from that because I gotta wait for Zach.
I think the only guy available that we could probably try to get, or we should have tried to get, was Rozier. I would have liked to have him here. He plays hard, good defense. He's not scared to shoot. He's not scared to drive. He would have been the guy I would have went after. And it's reasonable, 18 mil a year. The only thing is that when we were talking, when that was part of a conversation that, Knicks fandom was having, it was for Julius Randle.
Oh, no, I'm not moving.
No. I'm not doing that either. I'm just saying at the time when that was being brought up, it was for Julius. Before
I wanted to compliment. But let me tell you something. So now I want to move the conversation move it forward. Rocky, I hope I'll give you time to speak, man, because I don't want to. I feel like I'm talking a lot, and I want to make sure that
you good.
You good. Okay, cool. Because I don't want to take the whole show. But long story short, right? I was watching a bit of the Nets game, right? And you see Julius, James Harden, Kyrie Irving.
They traded everything away from
Kevin Durant.
They have no defense. They have no bench, and they traded all the pieces away. And they have no draft cap. And they
that doesn't matter. When you got Kevin Durant, you got to know what you know what you're gonna do. If you got a chance to get James Harden, you got to close the deal. That's plain.
Am I still breaking up, guys?
No.
Okay now. So I want to talk about this now, right? I want to talk about.
Bro.
So I want to talk about James Harden, Kyrie Irving, and Kevin Durant. And I'm gonna talk about them, and I'm gonna get right out. But long story short, they're talking about. I think I was watching a RB the Breakthrough. Are you guys familiar with RB the Breakthrough? You guys know him, right? No. The YouTube show. RB. He's a Knicks fan. He's a Knicks fan also. But long story short, he was like, "Yo, listen, man. These guys, you could whoever gets the ball, they could create their own shot." Right, James if James Harden gets the ball, you just go ahead, take off. You could shoot the ball. You could do whatever you want. Kyrie Irving, once you pass him the ball, he could bring it down and he can score. Or he can pass, and same goes with even Kevin Durant. You give Kevin Durant the ball, he's going to pull up the three from the top of the key. And he can knock down a three-pointer. So, and this is what I'm trying to bring it down to you is, I know I'm big on trying to get a point guard, and we have R.J. Barrett, who often people say, hey, he doesn't really need a point guard for him to score. In Duke, he wasn't, like you have Julius Randle playing also sort of power point guard, a point guard forward. Forward, and you have RJ. So my whole thing is like, wow, that's a whole nuance with what they're doing. And I wouldn't put it past the Knicks to draft or to get another player that doesn't necessarily need, that can also bring the ball down. You know what I mean? I feel like this is a trend now. Like this is a trend that started first from Golden State, now is moving forward to Brooklyn now.
I mean, we do that right now. I mean, Julius brings up the ball a lot.
Yeah, it didn't start with Golden State. It started with Lamar Odom back in the day, really. Like guys like that.
So I have concerns of like, do we need a traditional point guard?
No.
Or do we? And that's my whole thing. Like now it's everybody's becoming sort of like, hey man, I could bring the ball down. Julius Randle could bring it down.
No, we should be the third scorer. We need more points.
What do you need more points? I mean,
we need somebody to put the ball in the basket on a consistent basis. Like
as a coach, you look at it and it's like, what do you want to do? You want to be successful. You want to put your whole team in the best chance to win, but you want your two best players to be successful. And our two best players can bring the ball up and initiate the offense and play make. So you don't want to take the ball out of their hands. You want guys like I'm not saying Emmanuel quickly because I don't think he should ever start yet.
Good point. I don't think so either.
You want shooters
around
him. You want guys that not just shooting though, that can in a pinch, like a late shot clock situation, that can ISO and get a quick shot off.
Yes, that's a good point.
Can't do that.
It's almost like becoming street ball. Am I right?
Well, no, you're trying to do that reverse.
It's old school basketball when you have a point forward and stuff like that. But that's the league's a copycat league. If you go against the grain, you're gonna have success if you have good enough coaching staff and good enough players.
That's why we lost last night.
No, that's why they're sixth in the conference and
shit.
have the best defense in basketball. You're gonna lose games.
We're moving in the right direction as a team. Every loss sucks, and we can nitpick the reasons why we lost. But in general, we're going okay. That's why I asked earlier: do we need to make a move this season?
Yeah,
I know we want to win every game, but we need to make a move.
One or two pieces away from
still winning.
Contender,
We're really almost 50% of our
playoffs. Well, one or two players away from being a staple point in the East. Like, if we didn't get injured,
we need to be there right now.
We can be there. We can be there. We can. Our upside is ridiculous right now. Like, we can. They're scared to bet against us in Vegas right now because they don't know what they're gonna get against the Knicks right now in Vegas.
What's up, Rob?
I get that. Yeah,
they're scared to bet against us.
As an organization, can we keep on? I know it sucks, and our point guard situation is not the best. And even though we needing the third scorer is an issue, but as an organization, do we have to make it happen this season? Is my point. Does it have to happen this season when we're winning about half our games?
I want to win.
We've shown that we could win half our games.
Yeah, I want to continue to win. I don't want to stop. I want to continue to win, bro. I'm not stopping. I'm not looking back. I'm not looking back to tanking.
No. I'm not talking tanking. I'm saying right now we a 500 team.
Mm-hmm.
Do we keep on rocking out as a 500 team, or do we?
We got to get over the hump.
Do we have to over?
It's a turning curve. We got to. That's what I'm saying. We got to break that mold. That's what I was saying. Like that game last night. That's what I was saying. What I made my point. Mm-hmm. We could have shook up the roster last night and went unorthodox and threw Iggy in the lineup and
that's not
then
our
your
coach.
defense goes completely out of the window. You bring in guys like that, you're not going to have any defense, and you're going to lose.
See, what the thing I think what Tibbs is doing with the guys that he has is that he's trying to get them like to rely on each other, like to know like Peyton knows where RJ is going to be. If you start bringing in other guys and stuff like that, it's going to mess up that continuity.
Good point.
Yep. But also,
and I think that's why you only
want to keep trying to win. You guys want to keep trying to win because that's what I want. I'm tired of this rebuild that never ends.
I agree.
You got to at least try to win while you're in a soft rebuild. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is an accelerated rebuild right now. We're sixth in the conference, maybe seventh. I don't know after the loss last night. But we're in a good situation for a rebuilding team. Number one defense for a rebuilding team. You'd have told anybody that at the start of the season, they'd be singing Tibbs' praises. But it seems like every game, it's either fire Tibbs or make him coach of the year. Like, trust what they're doing and stick with it.
Yeah, what's up,
forget it's a 72-game season, you're going to lose games.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we are so wishy-washy. It's not even funny. Like, as fans, as a fan base, we're so wishy-washy.
Every team could beat every team on any given night. It doesn't matter.
Yes. You made a good point because, like Freezy said, we lost to a 5-10 Kings team. I'm like, when he started off like that, like, hey, listen, we lost to a 5-10 team. I mean, I get it that he's mad upset about Alfred Payton. That's cool. But, like, any team could beat any team. Like, look, we're surprising teams right now. People are saying they lost to the Knicks. Yeah, we beat Milwaukee. People are saying, wow, you lost to the Knicks? Like, I can't, so, I don't want to act like we were in the playoffs last year. We're not, we're trying to be in the playoffs. But
we're headed in the right direction.
I'm conflicted. I'm conflicted with defense, right?
But we can't keep hovering this 500. We got to get over the hump.
Would you prefer being a 15-win team and tanking?
For the first time in years of 500 in the early parts of a season, we're doing pretty damn good, all things considered.
Yeah, considered like the injuries and everything.
We're not doing that bad. Really.
We're way ahead of schedule. We're way ahead of what everybody thought. They're not even talking about us on ESPN or nothing right now. Like, and we're winning, and we're fucking. I'm sorry for the language, but we're a 500 ball club.
I want to make a point that you made, Rocket, and I want to. I kind of want to side with your point about Iggy because, Zach said something about, Iggy's defense is gonna hold us back, but like, if Iggy can shoot the three, man, he has a jump shot. Like how I imagine him to, right? Like in the G League. I mean, I think the only way to go is up. I mean, Alec Burks is pretty decent. Reggie Bullock is decent. I mean, why can't
he came right off of injuries and threw him right back in the fire.
Yeah, but I mean, is he?
This is on a tough road. We're going on a tough road stretch right now. They should have salvaged the roster and see what we had, because these players been watching for 16 games.
You want to know what you have in Iggy? I'm a huge Michigan basketball fan. I watched him his whole college career. Want to know what you have in him?
Me too. I watched them too. I watched them in Michigan.
That's worse than half the player Knox is on defense, and that's Kevin Knox. That's how bad he is on defense, and he's a streaky shooter at best. He might look okay in the G League, but he's slow. He's not that good, and just get over it. He's not going to play good defense. We would have, if he started and played the minutes Reggie Bullock did or something like that.
I'm not talking about starting them. I'm not talking about.
No, he's hold on. He's making a point.
I'm not talking about starting him. I'm talking about when.
Difference in him and Reggie Bullock.
I'm not talking about starting him. I'm talking about when in those spots where we're flustering, in those later halves of those quarters, a second, and we're about to like catching up, and then we losing the lead. We're right there.
Right,
shake up the roster. Throw somebody in there to keep the energy flowing. Let's see what they got right there. Because they're sitting there watching. They've been watching it for 16 games.
So I get pause and put it in a weird place when we say certain things, like when we say, well, Dennis Smith Jr. is not an NBA point guard. And Frank Ntilikina has too many flaws and no value, and Bresdakis is too slow to be a quality NBA player. Well, why are we wasting roster spots?
Exactly.
That's my question.
That's my question. Sitting there collecting dust, and they're not hurt. The only
you gotta keep talking when you say something. You're right.
On the tough road game stretch, we just did what we did against OKC like a few weeks ago. We did the same thing. It's gonna be the same. We can't.
But that's not who our coach is.
We can't keep doing the same thing.
No, I understand your point, and my point is.
Because we're going to keep losing games like that. We're going to keep losing We're going to keep losing these games like that. We're going to keep losing these games. We're going to go on those little win streaks, and we're going to lose to the teams that we're not supposed to lose to.
I'll take 3 out of 4. I'll take 3 out of 4 any day of the week.
Mm-hmm.
What you got to do?
I don't care who we lose to. I'll take 3 out of 4 anytime.
10-game segments in a season with a long season like this. If you can go 6-5. I mean 6-4, 5-5, but most 7-3, like that'll add up. Going 6-4 will add up. That'll add up, and we'll end up having a real good record at the end of the year.
I want to continue the question of, are we going to spend money on a point guard, or are we going to keep talking about a $5 million player?
I wish Chop Low was here. Chop Low. Shout out to Chop Low.
Because you can't. I mean, how much can you kill somebody that came back and signed with the Knicks for $5 million?
He already did, bro.
And also won us games. And also is part of the reason why we have the best defense. Like, we have the best defense in the league. $5 million. And
keep him off the bench. I'm all for it. Keeping him as a backup.
But I got you. But it's about we got to have a conversation that I feel like a lot of people are trying to avoid when are we gonna have the conversation of spending money for a good point guard? How are we gonna address this?
Hey, shout out to Danny Griffin. Danny Griffin, what's good?
Because you talk about $20 million player, and I'm all for that. But the names you said were like $41 million Russell Westbrook, $41 million John Wall, like you know what I mean? Like that's not $20 million a year, no matter how you slice it.
Right.
Like do you want to mortgage our salary cap for a player that's 36, or Russell Westbrook who's gonna be past his prime in a year or two?
I mean, you could
both on the wrong side of 30.
Zach, I said this last summer, and I said this for a long time. OKC traded for Chris Paul. Chris Paul, they signed him. They kept him for 1 year, and then they traded him the following year. If it works out well with Russell Westbrook or CP3 or a high price point guard, if it works out in the first year, great, we keep him. But if it doesn't, we'll just say, hey, listen, let's trade you to another team. And we found a cheaper route, and this, that, and the third. But we can't we can't continue to ignore the situation, and I feel like it constantly gets ignored.
No, I agree with you 100% that it's ignored. But I mean, Chris Paul worked out really well at OKC the first year, and they still got rid of him. There's a reason. He's too old. He's not in anyone's future plans. He's a guy that's bring in for a year, let him mentor your best player, and go off.
Good point. And they added George Hill this year, right? They got George Hill.
Yeah, they have
right?
George Hill. Yeah.
So
I love getting after a guy like George Hill.
My whole thing is,
hey, let me ask you, hey, Raphael, let me ask you this: would you trade for George Hill?
Yes.
Look,
couple 2023.
I want to depends what the price. Yeah, look, right now, yes, yeah, I would trade. Look, Freezy, I would trade for any decent point guard, but. Right now, that's the obvious choice. We need somebody.
Band-aid solutions, man. They're all band-aids, man.
And honestly, sometimes I have days, Freezy. Sometimes I have days where I wonder, is Emmanuel Quickly a piece that the Knicks might part with to get a better point guard?
I would say this. So,
why? Well, if you need a point guard, if you need a real point guard.
But let me before you finish your point.
Let
me ask you. Yeah, we definitely need Stevie Moon.
Stephen Fox needs to start.
So let me ask you, Rafi. So before you trade or make a roster move, before you make a decision, tell me where you were headed with this team. Right? Are you rebuilding right now, or are you going to make a playoff push?
Both.
And the reason why I ask is if you're gonna make a playoff push, I say go get Kyle Lowry. If you're making a playoff push this season, I say go get Kyle Lowry. You already have $18 million in cap space, right? So now all you have to do is match $12 million, and that could be Frank and Knox. Frank and Knox for Kyle Lowry. We absorb $30 million, right? Now you have Kyle Lowry for the rest of this year, right? And now you can make a playoff push. And then the sweetest part of it is if the thing with Kyle Lowry doesn't work out, Kyle Lowry is a free agent at the end of the season. You have $30 million in cap space from Kyle Lowry leaving. And the only thing you actually lost was Kevin Knox because Frank Ntilikina was a free agent also. There's your answer, Andy. And Black Andy, that was the answer you were looking for. Remember me complaining about Alfred Payton? That was my solution. I just didn't get a chance to get to it.
But
that was my solution, not y'all's now. Mm-hmm. I'm not saying it's the solution. Mm-hmm. I'm saying it was my solution to the thing about me being frustrated that Alfred Payton can't shoot.
Mm.
Hey, Freeze, I got a bounce.
He's $5 million. I don't expect the best jump shot for $5 million.
Okay.
All right.
Hey,
guys.
El Maddox, hey, thank you for stopping through, man. Hey, listen, man, you need to come on more often. What are you doing?
You know what? I like the chill vibes. I really do. When y'all like arguing with each other, it's cool. I like to watch. It's entertainment. I'm going to be watching tonight.
Right.
But the only smoke I like is the smoke I like.
Right.
No, no, no. I mean, I come on when I can, dude. Sometimes I just don't have the availability. Sometimes it's just about the time of the day. That's all.
Right. Right. And so the thing is what I want you to know is that we value you and we feel like you're a part of the family.
Thank
So
you, man.
don't think you can just you have to jump in at certain times. You just jump in whenever you want.
No, I get it. I mean, I was just kidding about the vibes thing, but no, sometimes it's just about timing. Sometimes it's easier for me to just be on the phone than to get on the rig over here and stuff
Right,
like that.
right. I mean, if just we just want to make sure you know that when we roll out the welcome mat, it's not an exit mat. It's actually a welcome mat.
No,
you know what I'm
I
saying?
appreciate it, man. I really appreciate it.
All right, brother.
guys.
Hey, thank you for coming, man.
Stay safe, bro.
Right, peace.
Max.
Yeah, it's the same. It's the same thing for Raphael and Teddy and other guys too, man. We value them as being a part of the family, man. Rocket, everybody, man. Coach Zach, everybody, man. We just feel like we have a dope family here, and we don't speak enough to the fact that we're trying to grow the Lawrence Tears family. We speak a lot about Alfred Payton can't shoot, but we need to talk more about the Lawrence Tears family being just that. So it's not
subscribe, share, tell your friends, man.
Yeah, and come jump on. Come just don't come on here trying to sell porn and life insurance. You know what I'm saying? Just don't go in trying to do crazy stuff like that. Because
Raphael.
No, man, what are you talking about?
No, I'm just playing, bro. I'm just playing.
Cool. But I want to make a point with Freezy real quick because Freezy makes great points that gets ignored, right? Not gets ignored, but I guess people can quickly forget that, for years the Knicks never developed their players. That's the reputation of the Knicks. You can't compare the Knicks to other players, and that sometimes you can look at it and just say, look. But again, when you look at the point guard situation this summer, right, and you have a player like Dennis Smith Jr., look, like I like the situation with Julius Randle and Obi because I'm like, man, he's gonna learn. When he starts to get like 20 minutes, man, he's gonna be phenomenal. But right now, he's great off the bench, and I feel like Dennis Smith Jr. would be decent off the bench, right? Or even Emmanuel Quickly good off the bench. But I'm like, who's the veteran? Who's the solid point guard? Like, I mean, I'm not gonna knock Alfred Payton. His $5 million helped us win games on top of that too. I feel like we came off winning on that situation more than not. Why? Because we're 500 and he's a starter.
Right.
If there's anything that he does know is how to play defense. But I wish I would have had a George Hill, a better point guard, so that way Dennis Smith Jr. is or Emmanuel Quickly when he comes off the bench, he's like, wait a minute, I got somebody who's respectable in this league, who's demanding respect in this league. You gotta have something solid at that point guard. So my whole thing is that point guard situation left it's very vulnerable, and it's not it's very little. I feel like it's not leaves very little room for player development. Whoever's a point guard, whether it's Quickly Quickly could be a good defender. I mean, it'll make him better defender with Alfred Payton. But that's about it, really. Like he don't have a jump shot. He knows how to get to the paint. He knows how to get to the paint. That's what he knows. But again, I wanted somebody solid. I want somebody solid that's gonna so that way when these guys are not getting minutes, everybody can say, "Oh, okay, well, it's RJ Barrett, it's Julius Randle,
Right.
Oh, it's Mitchell Robinson. Oh, it's this guy. It's now you can't just have these guys, because Tibbs only plays a 10-man rotation. So if these other guys are not getting minutes, it's like, listen, man, I haven't played for 3 weeks, and Alfred Payton is starting. Like, It doesn't. It's
ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
You gotta put Tibbs in situations like, wait a minute, sit on the bench, learn from the bench, and see what he's doing right. And it has to be somebody that's that holds weight. So if I have to spend $15 million on a player, whoever it is, I have to. You got to get it done.
But if you think about it this way, guys, I mean, it's not just like I agree. We need more talent on this roster, not even just the point guard position. But if you're looking at it like they need to be on the floor, God, Moses and Elijah, if they need to be on the floor to develop, that's not true. Because we're also developing a winning culture, right? And a winning culture is you got to earn everything you get. And simply that's what they're doing, right?
Mm-hmm.
But also, it's not just learning what Alfred Payton does right on the floor by sitting on the bench. It's what's learning what he does wrong. You have coaches there can sit there and say, "Oh, do you see what he just did?"
Yep.
Like breaking down live film. And if you forget, one of our assistant coaches is Aaron Brooks. And I'm not saying he was a superstar or an all-star or anything like that in the league, but look what he did under Thibodeau. Revived his career.
Right.
So, like, you've got a guy that has taken his coaching and got better to go. And it wasn't really a true point guard, really, in his playing days, to go after her quickly and say, look, this is what I did wrong. This is what I did right. This is what Tibbs is going to do. This is how he's going to approach things every day. This is what you're going to have to approach, how you're going to have to approach things every day to learn, to get more minutes. Same with you, DSJ.
And small things like
little
small
things
things
matter.
Right, like small things like this. Instead of turning the corner and start your decision-making process, start your decision-making process before you turn the corner. Now, would that say, you know what that sounds like? That sounds like a little thing, right?
Yeah, it's bigger. It's harder to do than people realize.
But it's huge. But because you focus on, like as a point guard, you focus on making body contact with your screener. Because if you make body contact with your screener, that rubs off your defender, right? Because if you make body contact with the screener, your defender, if he's playing close D, has to make contact with the screener as well, right?
Yeah, that's every player is taught to hit your shoulder or your screener.
Right.
That's simple. That's fifth grade, fourth grade stuff.
Right. But the thing is while you focus on that, you should also be thinking about what's going to happen if when I turn this corner, the play is not developed the way that we drew it up on the whiteboard or the way it looks in the playbook.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So
what
now
makes Rondo and James so great? They look at plays before they happen.
Yep.
2 or 3 plays in advance.
Yep. And
You're speaking facts right now.
and so small things like Kevin Knox is in the wrong place. You see him out the corner of your eye being in the wrong place. And so you anticipate the timing of the play is going to be disrupted. So what you do is put your defender in jail a little bit before you hit the screen. Make the defender run up your back while you dribble before the screen is set, giving Knox enough time to clear, to screen, to flip his hips and screen for Obi for the lob. Now you give Kevin Knox time to screen for the lob, right?
Yeah, that's what
you turn when you turn the corner and the lob is not there. That time that you gave Knox time to screen also gave Obi enough time to get in that runway for the lob, but it also gave Kevin Knox enough time to duck into that corner, the deep corner. So if the lob is not there and your floater's not there, you at least have Kevin Knox in the corner for 3.
Yeah, and you get our guys like RJ. RJ doesn't realize, like, when you guys notice when he gets a screen and he gets someone on his backside, on his hip, like he just tries to go left instead of going right and let the play develop.
Right.
Like he doesn't realize how dangerous he could be with guys at his hip, like Luka is, or like other point guards are when they get someone behind them. You can. I'm not saying he's a point guard, or I mean Luka's not even, but you can think as a playmaker in that you can also look to score. It's whatever the defense gives you.
Right.
I mean, they just gotta keep taking whatever the defense gives them, but they got to get shooters out there too for it to help.
And on that same play, right? So
say wide open.
Somebody, yeah. Oh my God. and so the defense reads that play, right? And ices. They want to ice the screen. They want to push our pick and roll man towards the sideline to the side out of bounds, right? Obi is not available to screen for the screen. Obi comes out of the paint. What should Kevin Knox be doing in that situation? Cutting to the basket. Cutting to the basket. Because if our big is screening up top and has not rolled. Obi did not catch the lob. He can't just stay in the lane 3 seconds. He's got to evacuate. Kevin Knox should be cutting baseline for a bounce pass from the point guard. So you know what I'm saying? So now if Kevin Knox doesn't do that, guess what? You force quickly to throw up a 14-foot floater.
Yeah, because that's
right?
about the only thing the defense gives you, or past Alfred Payton if he's in the game.
Right. And so these small things, these small things that they don't do is while their basketball IQ is low, Johnny Bryant and the coaching staff is going back to them and like, yo, the lob wasn't there. Why did you just stand there? Come on, dummy. Why now I can't drive to the basket because you there. And you don't have your man pinned where I could still throw you the ball down there anyway, and you can try to get a layup or something at the basket. You just standing there random. You know what I mean? It's a bunch of things. These kids are so young and they need so much time that you need a coach on the floor like a Kyle Lowry. Because if that happens to Kyle Lowry is going to be talking to them in every dead ball situation, talking to them on the floor. Hey, man, listen. Hey, dude, you 6'9". You know what I'm saying? If the lob ain't there, at least just put your hand up for a second. Maybe I can zing one in there. If not, keep coming through the lane to the backside so Knox can cut to the paint right behind you. You know what I'm saying? It's a bunch of things that you know. I mean,
it's a lot of coaching. It's a lot of coaching.
Yeah. So
I feel like Kevin Knox, like nobody has gotten a lot more coaching than Kevin Knox. I'm sure he's had it up to here with so much coaching he gets.
Say that again.
Like, you know, like when somebody gives you so much coaching, but he needs it. I think he needs the coaching.
Right.
Yeah, like he must have somebody in his ear all the time.
Right.
Yeah.
He has to though, because
Yeah,
you look what he did under coaches that like kind of just let him rock.
And look at Danny Green and James Wiseman. Danny Green is constantly coaching him while they're playing a real game. Like he's telling him, "Yo, listen, you got to do this." And he actually got in trouble, and the refs called the tech on him. I mean, he's literally coaching him. Like this thing is developing a player is hard work. It shows. It's hard work.
What you said, I want to touch on something too that it gets lost.
Okay.
Like what Freezy said about putting a hand up as a big going to the basket. What our guards or anybody that really passes inside does that's other than a lob that completely infuriates me, gets my blood boiling is passing it down low to a big man, like low, like to their legs,
making them bend over.
Like what are you doing? What do we teach a big man like as a coach? What or as a big man myself?
Be
like,
big. As a big, you have to be big.
They tell you to keep the ball above your head.
Above your head, right.
So why are you passing to their kneecaps in the post? Like that's so stupid.
Right.
That's basketball 1-on-1.
Back to the basket game.
Right.
But you know what it is though? It's the game is so I believe the game is so fast that they understand it, but they're not understanding it fast enough. Like
it's fundamentals. They lack fundamentals in today's league. Everybody does. It's sad.
Right. Hey, y'all. So I gotta go, man. I gotta take the missus to breakfast.
Okay.
Right. So it's one of those necessary things where if I don't, I probably have to buy another one of those teddy bears that y'all see behind me.
Oh damn.
You know what I'm saying? Hey, teddy bears are expensive, bro. Hey, let me tell y'all something. Let me tell y'all something. Teddy bears are expensive. So anyway, hey, I want to thank everybody for coming through. Hey, Raphael, man, we got to have you on more, man. This is your channel. I don't know why. I don't know if you got something going on or what, but we need to see you. We need to see you more often.
I like to a big shout out to the panel and big ups to everybody. Like again, like sometimes it's good to see a lot of new people too. So I get to see new people. I get to take a break. I get to listen because I didn't come up to the show. The first I came up to the show, like, you know, it was just like, you know, me, you, Teddy. And then now I get to sit back and listen to the show and be a fan of it too. So, you know, I feel like I have the right to have the best of both worlds, you know. So I want to be a fan of the show and also want to be part of the show. There are times I want to get on the show. It's like, okay, it's my time. I gotta get myself involved.
Yeah.
I've seen new, and we want to see new people. So
Right.
like, I can't be here all the time. People, we got some new people who got fresh point of views. They know.
Hey, were you right about Julius Randle?
Me?
Yes.
Yes, I was right about Julius Randle. What was the conversation? Which one? Yes.
Julius Randle. Julius Randle can get more assists and make the team better.
What? Oh my God! I was telling everybody. I was telling that. Yes.
Yep.
Yeah,
and so for the record, everybody, for the record, I'm gonna just say this just one more time. Mm-hmm. So back in before basketball, I think it was October. I think it might have been September, October, something like that. Me and Ralph and Teddy were dinking around with the format of the show and looking to develop some stuff. And my guy says, no, don't trade Julius Randle. Julius Randle can get more assists per game and make this team better. And for like 90 days, everybody that came on the show roasted Raphael, right? But now that it's happened and he's right, those folks that used to roast Raphael are like, he's right, but I don't want to tell him he's right.
Right.
And you'll never be right in Randall haters' eyes, bro.
Right.
But
there's still people that want to trade.
But to Zach's point, though, people hate to be wrong. They will never admit when they're wrong.
I said that last night, man. It's so infuriating.
Some people have to check them. Like, you got to check. Like, right now, I had to tell Freezy earlier, Freezy, I wanted Gordon Hayward. I really came up here pissed off that we didn't get no free agents and that people didn't want no free agents here because they want to see Frank get more minutes, Dennis Smith Jr. get more minutes, all these other players. And I'm like, yo, bro, even if you have those players, you still need a good veteran player. You need Julius. The best situation the Knicks have is the power forward position. Julius Randle and Obi is only going to create a stronger, better.
And guess what? Gordon Hayward could play the 2, 3, and 4.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah.
Right. And we have guys that are mad inconsistent right now playing the 2, 3, and 4.
Just
not Randall.
He's too injury prone.
Not for 40 million. I'm not saying that.
No, 30. No, it's too much.
The thing is that, like I said, Zach, we all want to have these conversations, but when you start talking $20 million, Alfred Payton, we don't have an Alfred Payton problem no more. Everything's fine now.
Right, but just I'm not paying $30 million for a guy
that's the problem. It's the problem.
Injury
I get it, but what I want to put is players cost money. Yeah. You want to fix a problem, like you want to fix it's like fixing a house. You fix the I want to make a bad example. Is you want to fix a plumbing issue, but then that plumbing issue could create another problem if you go cheap.
No, you're 100% right.
And that's the thing. Like, listen, let's just get some. That's why smart teams, they just, you know what? You hold on to your LaMarcus Aldridge, you hold on to your DeMar DeRozan, and then you build within that team. But we only have Julius Randle. We need another $15 million contract.
All right, so let me. I'm gonna wrap right here. I ain't want to cut you off, God of Moses and Elijah, but I'm gonna take the missus to breakfast. But tonight, it's showdown time.
You want that smoke, bro?
Tonight it's showdown time.
I think I already gave it. I mean,
so Chuck B's. So Chuck B's Lawrence Chairs debate championship is on the line. So Chuck B's debate championship is on the line tonight. I want to say shout out to CP the artist. Shout out IQJ, Johnny Davis, Frederick was good. IQJ, all of y'all, man. I'm gonna get out of here. I gotta prep for tonight. So we got a Knicks versus coming soon. That Knicks versus should be up and posted this afternoon at some point if I don't oversleep. I want to thank everybody, man, for coming through. God bless everybody, man. I'll holler at y'all later.
Peace.